Hello. It's been a while. It's been some days since I talked to this camera. Today is actually Wednesday. It is February the 5th. I think the last time I came on here was Sunday after I went on to the farm and the water and whatever. So let me just give you a quick little recap of what's been going on the past couple days. To be honest, there isn't a lot, which is why I have not picked up my phone and said anything. So Sunday night, I gave you an update. Monday, I just grabbed breakfast in Queenstown before I left because I actually migrated from Queenstown, New Zealand to Sydney, Australia on Monday. So that's basically why I didn't vlog anything at all. So I got some breakfast, then I headed to the airport, got on my flight, got to my hotel, and basically just ordered DoorDash for dinner. I did not do anything interesting. And then yesterday, Tuesday, I was at work all during the day. After work, I just walked around the harbor for a little bit just to kind of get a feel for the area. And then I came back to my room and that was that. Today, I've been at work all day. I got back, I just took a shower, got dressed, and I ordered some room service for dinner. I had a club sandwich and a side salad. And right now, which is why I'm picking up this camera, I'm about to head to the opera. It's my first time going to an opera. So if you have been following me, if you know me personally, you know that I like musicals. I typically go to Broadway musicals pretty frequently throughout the year. But this is my first time going to an opera. I really wanted to go to the Sydney Opera House while I'm in Sydney, seemed appropriate. So I'm going to be seeing The Barber of Seville, which is a comedy. I don't fully remember the details of the plot. I'll have to probably look that up on the way there. I'm going to call an Uber to go there. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to do tonight. I will try to update y'all when I get back. But if not, basically the next couple of days are just more of work. Like tomorrow I'm working, Friday I'm working during the day. Friday evening and Saturday I do have some plans of things to do in Sydney before I leave. So I will make sure to vlog those things. But if there's nothing for the next couple of days, it's because there's nothing. We're working. This trip was really a work trip that I turned into a pseudo vacation. So that explains why I'm working this whole week. Today is Friday. It is February 7th. I don't think I updated you after I went to the opera on Wednesday. I did enjoy the opera, although I'm not sure that I'm going to become an opera person. I think I might continue to be a Broadway musical person. Maybe it was just this specific opera. I will probably try another opera at some point, but this specific one, The Barber of Seville, it was a comedy. But I feel like it was kind of like a cheesy, corny comedy and not like a well-crafted joke comedy. like the lyrics of the songs were very simple, very repetitive. And maybe the whole concept of opera is not really to tell a good story. Maybe it's more so just to like show off the singing, which if that's the case, I think it makes sense that the story itself is simple, because like you want to be able to really like show off the singing, which I was able to appreciate that, of course. But I don't know, I feel like I would have wanted a more complex like storyline. I did appreciate that the lyrics were simple because it's all in Italian and I don't speak Italian. So they do have subtitles, so you can kind of like read the translation. Here they had it in, I believe it was Mandarin and English. So it definitely helped that the lyrics were simple because you weren't having to like constantly stare at the subtitles the entire time. But at the same time, it like, again, means the story is very simple. And so you're not really getting a lot out of like the story itself. You're more so just appreciating the singing and to some extent the like nonverbal acting. But yeah, so it was enjoyable, but I don't know that I'm gonna become a regular opera goer. I definitely did enjoy going to the Sydney Opera House though. It's kind of, you know, an iconic establishment, so it was cool to be able to be there, A, see it in person, and B, be inside of it. So I'm definitely happy that I did that. So yeah, that was Wednesday. Yesterday was Thursday. I did not do anything interesting outside of work. Like I went to work. We did actually have a little bit of an outing during the afternoon. We just like took the ferry around, had a drink at this nearby bar, and that was pretty much it. After I got home from work, I just had dinner and literally did more work until I went to bed. So there was nothing interesting. Today I've been at work so far. Right now I'm about to head out. I'm about to go have dinner at this Malaysian restaurant that my coworkers recommended. I don't know how to pronounce it, but of course the information will all be provided and I'll probably put it on the screen as well. And then after that, I'm gonna go to this neighborhood. I believe it's called Potts Point. I kept hearing about that online, so I'm just gonna go check that out, walk around a little bit, maybe go to a bar, have a drink. Nothing crazy, but you know, just to get out and have a nice Friday evening in Sydney now that my vacation is officially beginning again, since the work week is over.
rain recently. Yeah, so that's why right now it looks quite green. All the fresh water coming in makes the water nice and green. But luckily the visibility is still nice today. And as well, that's why there's lots of logs, big trees, lots of plastic because of all this rain and then the floods sweeping all the rubbish out. So you guys do. Okay, so these big fancy Italian names, they just weren't working for us. So basically, we call the coral what they look like. Yeah, so it's pretty simple. If you're down there snorkeling, diving, you see some coral that looks like spaghetti. It's probably going to be named spaghetti coral. Like a brain coral. That also goes for some of the mammals we have out here. So we do get sea cucumbers out here as well.
Hello, I'm back. It's been a while since we talked. I think the last time that we talked was Friday evening. I think I was going out to dinner and going to have a drink, which I did do. Saturday, I went to the zoo, the Taronga Zoo, and then I went to the botanical garden. I really enjoyed the zoo. I would definitely recommend going there if you're in Sydney. They have animals that, you know, we don't typically have in the US. I saw koalas, including a baby koala with its mother, which was really cute. They had kangaroos. They also had wallabies, and wallabies and kangaroos look pretty similar to me. I don't really fully know what the difference was. But yeah, so they had like different type of animals. I think I did show footage of that, so I won't go into too much detail. And then after that, I went to the botanical garden. There wasn't really much to report about the botanical garden. I think that garden is a place that would be really cool to hang out if you're with a group or with a friend and you're just gonna like sit and chat or have a picnic, or maybe if you're by yourself and you just want a nice place to read a book or something like that. I think it would be great for that. But just for me, after going to the zoo all day, I was kind of tired and didn't really feel like, you know, sitting. I just kind of wanted to see something interesting. And once I realized that there wasn't really too much interesting about the garden, like I feel like if you go to other botanical gardens, you'll kind of get a similar vibe. So I didn't really have much to say about that. So that was Saturday. Sunday, I left Sydney. I came to, I would say Cairns, but they pronounce it like Cairns or something like that. Anyway, so I came here because when I Googled snorkeling, Australia, Great Barrier Reef, this was a city that always came up. So I was like, okay, that's where I have to go. So I came here on Sunday. I did not do anything really for the rest of the day. I think I just picked up a pizza, ate like half the pizza for lunch, half the pizza for dinner, was just chilling in my room. I did not really do anything interesting. I stopped by the pool for a bit, but it was raining, so I didn't stay long. It is a nice pool, I will say that, but I wish that it was covered or that it was indoor, because it does rain a lot during the rainy season here. So just be mindful of that if you're coming here. Maybe check to see if the hotel that you're staying in has a covered pool or an indoor pool, so that way you can like enjoy that when it's raining and you don't want to be like out and about. That was Sunday. Monday was a good day. That was yesterday. I went snorkeling. It was a great time. I always love snorkeling. If you've been following me or if you know me, you know that that is something that I try to do basically anywhere that I go. If I can, I'm gonna do it. So we went to 2 different spots. We actually went on a glass bottom boat tour before we did the snorkeling. So that was cool just to kind of like see the fish, and I was able to get some footage of that. I do not have the proper equipment to get footage while snorkeling. I may decide to invest in that at some point in the future, because I realized that a lot of the time you can't really rely on there being like a photographer or something to like use their videos. So I think I may need to invest in some equipment, like either some type of case for my phone or like a GoPro or something else that's like waterproof. I'm not really sure what that's gonna be. But we saw a barracuda, which I did get a video of that from the boat, so you saw that. We also saw this giant fish. It's a great trevally, which I also got from the boat. But things that I did not get from the boat were a lot of fish. So many different types of fish, really pretty, really colorful fish, with nice patterns. Like, it was just really pretty to like see them. The coral itself, obviously you can't really see that from the boat. I will say there was a lot of talk about the coral being bleached, and the colors not being as vibrant, and basically they were explaining there's a few different reasons for that. Some of that is because it's hot and the water temperature is higher, and so they kind of have to like reduce the vibrancy so they don't die. Some of it they said was because it's been raining, and like the way that the water, like the fresh water mixes with the salt water, it like changes the way things look, and so you can't like see it as well. And also just the depth of the water makes it look different. But we were able to see some that were pretty cool in colors, like blue and like different colors. We were able to touch a starfish and a sea cucumber. One of the instructors went and like dove and picked one up from the bottom. So that was kind of cool. They don't even feel like real creatures, to be completely honest. We did see a large turtle. That was a vibe. And yeah, it was just a good time. So like I said, we had two different spots. So we did the glass bottoms tour at the first spot, and then we snorkeled at the first spot. And then after that, we had lunch. They served lunch on the boat. We took the boat to the second spot. And then we snorkeled at the second spot, and then we had the boat ride home. It did rain. I was a bit concerned about the rain here because I know that it is the rainy season right now. Thankfully, it only rained during the period that we were having lunch. It did not rain at all during the times that we were snorkeling or during the ride back. So we got really, really lucky in that regard. And also it didn't affect the visibility too much. We were able to still see like pretty clearly all the way to the bottom. So that was great as well. I would definitely recommend this specific tour. They were really accommodating for people of all like kind of abilities. Now, obviously you can't be like completely handicapped, but there were multiple people who were kind of elderly, not fully mobile, who were able to just like wear, no, I shouldn't say they weren't mobile. They were mobile, but they weren't like mobile enough to just be swimming around snorkeling. And so, or like a small child. And so what the instructors would do is they would have them in a life jacket, obviously, and then they would hold on to the like life ring, and the instructor would kind of tow them around so that they could look and see and like get a nice experience. So I definitely think it's good for that purpose. Like if you're somebody who's maybe like, I'm not really comfortable swimming, or I have children with me, things of that nature, this particular tour would definitely be accommodating of that. I can't say that I've had that experience at other snorkeling things that I've seen. I feel like in general, it's probably better if you can at least swim well enough with the life jacket by yourself, because you can't really like rely on somebody to be towing you around. I don't think I have anything else to say about that. I didn't do anything after snorkeling. I was pretty tired, so I just kind of chilled in my room for the rest of the day. And then today I've also, again, I just been chilling. That's why I haven't picked up this camera, because I just haven't been doing anything. I think it's just kind of getting to the point where I'm ready to go home. The trip is winding down. I'm actually going home in the morning. It's going to be a very long travel day. I think I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. As I mentioned before, I will have a blog post with all the details, all the restaurants I've gone to, all the activities I did, all the hotels I stayed at, all that good stuff, as well as a cost breakdown as well. So definitely check out the link down below if you are looking for those details. And in the meantime, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with all your friends. And I'll see you next time. Bye.